everybody. Welcome to another episode of FanCastic, the FanCasting podcast where we fancast all your favorite fantasy, romantasy, and fiction. I am your host, Loretta.
And I'm your other host, Emily.
And we're here fresh off of Romantasy Con last week in Los Angeles, presented by Fable and Fantasy Events. We went on Friday. We're going to jump right in and talk about that. And then today we are fancasting and talking about the Shepherd King duology by Miss Rachel Gillig, otherwise known as One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns. We're going to hit them both, and we're going to cast a bunch of characters, and it's going to be real fucking fun. So hang on, because I fucking loved this book.
Read Night in the Moth next. We gotta.
Yeah, I know. We gotta jump. We gotta jump right. Well, I gotta finish Spark of the Everflame. I've made headway on it, which is good.
I have literally so much to say, so don't even say Spark of the Everflame to me because I will derail this entire episode. Okay.
Delete.
Okay. Back to One Dark Window.
One Dark Window. That is what we're gonna fancast today. But first, LA Romantasy Con. What did we think? We went on Friday. We only did we only were fae.
We weren't high fae.
We weren't high fae. We weren't ladies.
Name your tiers after a classist system of oppression. That's my note number one. I will say overall, I think we had a great time. I think
for sure.
We met, I want that to be the takeaway is that these things are delightful and the sense of girlhood and support and artistry that you see is really lovely and wonderful. And I just want to lead with that because I do have negative thoughts. But I want those, I want that to be the takeaway that even as we as a society community learn how to do these events, there are things we can learn about them, but we should not lose the fact that the sense of girlhood is really magical.
And
really
the girlhood
lovely.
Needs to continue in the bathroom. Yeah. If you need toilet paper, you put it under the stall.
Yeah. Whoever the girl was in the bathroom on the floor with the bookstore when I needed toilet paper and did not hand it to me, I'm really you did not live up to the sense of girlhood that everybody else had. Also, I had my period and it was really stressful and you made it worse.
I can't believe you had your period when you were walking around all those fucking levels of the Biltmore Hotel, which is we're so haunted. We're gonna compliment sandwich this. So overall, so good.
So good.
Fun event.
Mm-hmm.
Other things that weren't fun about the event. No lanyards.
Ran out of lanyards.
We ran out of lanyards.
Pocket and take a selfie with it in case somebody needed. We lost it, and we need our badge thingy.
Yeah, not great. We got there, and when we got there, and we walked the first ballroom we walked to, they said this one's closed for lunch for an hour, and we were like, oh.
Never in my life have I been to a con that closes for lunch.
Me neither.
Never in my life. Maybe that's a thing now. I'm all for workers' rights and you should eat lunch, but also have 2 to 3 people staff. I don't know. It was very weird. I just have never encountered that before.
Yeah.
Very odd.
I feel like at other cons, authors will have their PAs that will go get them food and they kind of rotate or you want to keep it going to sell as much as you can. That's a whole hour of sales of that they missed, which doesn't feel super smart. Super haunted hotel. I felt like dog shit walking around there. Did not know why. Thought it was because of all the stairs and tiny elevators. Yeah. Well, and I was like, are we getting sick? What's going on?
Use this into you? Yeah.
Right. And then it wasn't until a day later where I would it clicked in my noggin. Why was I so knocked out? The car ride home with you, I was half asleep and was I did not feel well and was what's going on? That's only happened to me one other time. And it's when I went to the Queen Mary, which is also super fucking haunted. Yes. And so ghosts will drain the energy out of me. It's just something that happens. And that's the hotel where Elizabeth Short, AKA the Black Dahlia, was last seen alive. So not great.
I have something to tell you that I was going to text you, but then I decided to tell you live on this podcast.
Holy fuck. Okay.
Are you ready? So you moved recently into the same neighborhood that I live in, which is Ladera Heights.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the Starbucks that's on Crenshaw and Coliseum by the Expo train line?
No.
Okay, we're going to go one day because that is where the Black Dahlia was murdered. In our neighborhood, walkable-ish from our houses. Uh-huh. It's crazy. I'll take you there. It's a Starbucks parking lot
Holy
now.
shit.
Yeah.
Is that where her body was found, or, like, that's where she was murdered and it was, like, transported?
I think that's where her body was found.
Because it was, like, in an empty lot.
And it's a Starbucks now. I think it was, like, a block behind what is now the Starbucks, but, like, yeah, we'll go there. It's
Holy
welcome to
shit.
the neighborhood.
Because I've always had, like, a crazy obsession,
Yes.
with her and, like, just, like, you know, girlhood, we love true
Mhm.
crime. Her specifically, there's just something about her, and,
Yeah.
I I I don't, um I don't know how to say this. I don't feel like I really look like her, but if there was ever, like, a biopic, like, I would audition for it.
Yes, you should.
To to be her. She's
Yeah,
kinda we got, like, the same face shape and stuff.
sure.
Knowing that, like, her ghost has been sighted there because it was the last place she was seen alive,
Mhm.
like, that makes sense that her, like, spirit would go back to, like, that happy place, but she was making weird phone calls in the library and stuff. All that being said, that all happened, like, there, plus there's, like, a faceless boy that's been on the roof and, like,
Yeah.
it's old. It's where the Oscars used to be held in, like, 1930.
Mhm.
Like, that means, like, Judy Garland and all the famouses were, like, walking those places, so
That's crazy.
it's like you could feel that energy, that residual energy, and I think that weighed on me for sure, and then my only other, like, real negative that I'm gonna hit is, like, the book carts.
Yeah, they gotta go. You
If you're
can't
gonna
you can't.
just
Yeah. Yeah.
check them and get your stuff, and then go to where you checked it and drop off your books, and then go get your thing, and you fill up your bag, and you go back. Like, make a couple trips. What not to do is to have your book cart and then put it directly behind somebody who's looking at a table so that when I turn around, I almost fall ass over tea kettle because of
Yeah.
your hot pink book cart with little twinkle lights on it, which I appreciated, but holy fuck.
I watched somebody in a beautiful Padme Amidala gown that I learned later she made with her own 2 little hands get completely run over by a book cart, and I have never been so upset on somebody else's behalf in my life.
Not okay. That was not okay. So book carts got to go.
Mhm.
Um, your negatives.
Okay, as somebody who works in marketing communications, the pre-event communications for this event probably would have gotten me fired from my job. You can't access the schedule unless you get a different app called Guidebook, which is a shitty app on its face.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
can't access the guide in the guidebook unless you have the passphrase. And we tried to find the passphrase on their website, on our emails, on our event confirmation, on anywhere that you would normally find such a passphrase. And when we finally asked the extremely rude check-in woman, she told me that it was all on the Discord. I'm 35 years old. I don't know what Discord is.
The
What the
Discord.
fuck is Discord? I don't want to listen. I don't want to do it. Send me a goddamn email. Put it in the ticket confirmation. You're using Eventbrite. Eventbrite is perfectly capable of sending communications to ticket holders. That's like literally all they do.
Unless you're canceling an event 2 weeks beforehand. Sorry.
Valid. Correct to point out. Just send me a goddamn email.
Yeah.
I literally what is Discord? Like, I don't know what it is. I don't want to use it. Why would I go there? And also, even if I knew what it was and wanted to do it, none of your communications, I went back and looked at your website and your emails. I control F'd the word Discord. It is not on your website. You don't
Mm-mm.
say go to the Discord. How am I
Mm-mm.
supposed to find a Discord? Sorry, I need
No,
to cut
I
it out.
fully agree. 'Cause I was
I'm
gonna say, I was
literally
like,
so
cause
mad. Like, I would be fired from my job
yeah,
if I communicated that way about an
yeah.
event.
I was gonna say, like, when did we find this out, Emily? When we were there at the
We were
table and said,
there.
"Hey, your
Yeah.
guidebook's not working because it's telling us a passphrase. What's the passphrase?" And they went, "It's Book Dragon." Like, we were supposed to know
Weren't
that.
you
And
on the Discord?
I was like, "Oh, okay. I understand that you're a volunteer who's absolutely not getting paid and gets to have like a free day of the book con. And so, like, that's fine for you, but you
Yeah.
don't have to be rude to us." Like,
Yeah.
that was insane.
That was
Yeah, it did.
another thing is that the volunteers were mostly lovely, woefully unprepared. Like, the
Mhm.
amount of volunteers were like, "I literally have no idea. They don't tell us shit."
Yeah.
Like, just straight up saying, "They didn't tell me anything. I'm just
Yep.
supposed to stand here and, like, do a thing. What are you doing?"
Right.
And I was like, "Get 'em a walkie-talkie and have I don't know, 2 people on staff who know the things,
Yep.
and allow them to be like, 'Hey, somebody has a question. Can somebody help me?'" Like,
Right.
I understand training volunteers is hard and, like, you can't possibly presume all of the questions that a
Mhm.
guest is going to have, but, like, you should have people that the volunteers can contact to answer the questions. The amount of people who are just like, "I literally don't know."
Yeah.
Like, when I really wanted to see if I could buy a spot to get Gail Carson Levine to sign my copy of Two Princesses of Bamarée, which is one of my favorite books from my childhood. I did not know that she was going to be there, so I didn't buy it in advance because I wasn't on the Discord.
No.
Shocking. Um, the volunteer I asked was like, "I literally don't have any idea how this works." I was like, "But
Didn't she
you're
tell you to, like, go
she
make
said
friends
make
with someone in
friends."
line?
She was like, "You can try to make friends in the line." And I was like, "But to what end? Like, how is that helping me if I don't have a ticket? Like, I don't
Yeah.
understand what you're saying to me." And then she, like, turned and walked away,
Mhm.
which I don't blame her for because she genuinely didn't know the answer to my question. I'm sure that makes somebody
Yeah.
uncomfortable to be like, "I'm supposed to, like, be a source of information and I know nothing." I understand that that probably doesn't feel great for her,
Right.
but, like,
Yeah.
can you set people up for a little bit more success?
For sure.
Also
We had
yeah,
more help given to us by that woman who was, like, in line with, like, 25 books in her hands, and she
that
was
girl
like,
was locked and
I
loaded. She knew
yeah,
what she was doing.
she knew what
Didn't
she
work
was
there.
doing.
Yeah.
No, and I was like, "Oh, wow, you know a lot more." We did have, a I won't say lovely lunch, but a very cold, soggy sandwich, $35 lunch.
A
Um,
$35 sandwich in a plastic box.
a plastic box with some chips and a Coke.
Yeah.
One of the volunteers, who shall
Mhm.
remain nameless, I won't, but
She's lovely. I
she
also
was lovely,
mhm.
and she couldn't tell us anything either.
Yeah.
And we did ask her, like, "How do you feel communication has been?" And she just went, "Um, and I was like, "I understand."
Right. We shan't press you further. But
Yeah,
just, like,
I get it.
it's really not difficult to send
Yes.
emails to your ticket holders. It's really,
Yes.
like, it's not a hard task.
Right.
Um,
It seems
yeah.
like a lot of people's critiques were also twofold besides us was, um, people who were very negative towards authors specifically were allowed in these spaces and got tickets to these signings, and two author spaces said, like, "I don't like your books, it doesn't make sense, blah blah blah, sign these with anyways and take pictures with me." Fable Fantasy Events addressed that today on their socials of, like, those people have no place, and, like, when we know about it, they're going to be out of there. We're sorry we didn't know this was happening, which I find really unfortunate. Like,
Yeah.
I would hope that the authors would feel comfortable enough to say something, but also maybe they were just like, "Wow, why the fuck did you just stand in line for an hour to tell me you hate my book?" That sucks. It does seem like some of the ADA stuff was better than last year, but still not great for a lot of people who have
There's a
invisible
lot of it.
disabilities.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you and I went down to the very dank
The
smelling
musty ass
basement.
basement. Yeah.
Ugh.
It smelled like mold. Like, it was really weird for
It
a
was
hotel that is as fancy as the Biltmore. Like, smelled like mold.
it literally smelled like death, like wet. It was so gross, and we couldn't figure out how to get back upstairs. So anyone who was ADA, I don't even know. I guess there was one. It seemed to be one ADA elevator.
Yeah.
Someone had posted on Threads who is there who has an invisible disability, and every time she used the ADA compliant elevator, the person running it made her feel as if she shouldn't be taking it. And I don't think that's acceptable. So
Huh.
I think overall, did we have fun? Yes. Did the evening events look incredible?
Mhm.
For
Sure,
sure.
sure.
We got to talk to some awesome authors. We talked to Nicole, the author of The Curse of Ophelia. We talked to our friend Jade, who has Fate's Tether and Fate's Favor. We talked to Calista Neath and bought her $75 Black Page book,
Girl,
which
we
is
did not know that was gonna be $75 when we bought it, but I'm so happy it looks beautiful on my
it's
bookshelf
beautiful. It's worth every penny.
over there. It looks great.
Stunning. It's like on my big shelf
Stunning.
too. It
Didn't
looks
know it was
beautiful.
$75.
No, you got a lovely crown.
Mhm. Oh, I
You
did, yeah.
I got a mystery tarot deck, which ended up being a gothic, like Frankenstein-styled deck. I didn't even
Perfect.
show it to you. I'm gonna show you a picture.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Like, some of them are, like, really fucking scary, but the art is perfect. And we got lovely jewelry,
Yeah.
um, from our friend Kirsten and author Willow Quinn. We're running the Moonstone and Ivy table. I have my Gemini necklace and dagger earrings.
I also have dagger earrings. I got these and a really beautiful pair of snake earrings from 23 North.
Loved.
I love them.
Loved them. I got a new fresh tattoo from Carla Montana Tattoo. Shout out to her and her friends. I think that was like one of the highlights for me was getting tattooed up there and hanging out with those
Her
girls.
friends were lovely.
They were
Yeah.
so fucking fun. And we were like all hated Quicksilver. So like that was fun.
Yeah. Quicksilver hatred gang like report to the tattoo parlor upstairs
Yes.
because we just railed on that book for a hot minute.
Ever. And it was so great. And then we did press one of the friends who had not read the third Crescent City to be like, what do you mean? And we were like,
what?
How do you not know? Aren't you?
You
Aren't
don't
you?
know what that means.
Yeah. You don't know what it means, but you will. We did have fun. It was a fun day. It was very exhausting. I'm really glad that we did get there at like 11:30 noon and we were not there at doors open or we would have been dead on the floor.
I'm so tired by the time we got to your tattoo.
Yeah. Overall, it was good. Will we go again? Probably. Maybe we'll hit it
in our town, so maybe it's not that hard to go. Yeah.
Maybe we just hit the ball next year and we see what the evening event is like. Because that looked cool. They had aerialists, fire dancers, all of that stuff. Okay. That was Romantasy Con. Let's fucking dive into today's main event. Okay. The Shepherd King duology. Rachel Gillig. I did not know your game.
It's unreal how good this book is.
I can confidently say this is up there with the ACOTAR Crescent City worlds for me. I think the magic system of this series, book 1 being One Dark Window, book 2 being Two Twisted Crowns, is so well thought. I didn't find a single plot hole.
Yeah.
Could not find one.
And like, it's so different than so many other books in this space. It's so unique and refreshing. And like, I love how it, because of that sort of unpredictable, like the book that I'm reading right now, which I'm not going to talk about because I don't want to derail it. Like, I sort of know like vaguely the checkpoints that are going to come because they happen in all sorts of books. And I did not feel that way about Shepherd King.
No. And it sucked me in right away. I didn't want to put it down. Typically, lately, because there's so many books that we have to read for this podcast, not have to, want to read for this podcast.
Yeah.
Want to. It's good. I was like, I'm going to read this immediately. Like, I literally closed the book and picked up Two Twisted Crowns and read the second one. Just like a little overall what it's about. We've got Elspeth Spindle. We'll get into all the characters as we're casting, but she's our female main character. She has these powers and abilities that play into the world's magic system, which I think is the most important part to talk about in this book. It's a magic system I've never seen done before. It is run by Providence cards, which are like it's like a tarot card, like Death, the Tower, all these things, but we've got the Shepherd, the Maiden, the Golden Egg, the Iron Gate, the Well, the Chalice, the Black Horse, the Scythe, the Mirror, the Nightmare.
I remember all of these. Fantastic job.
Oh, girl, thank you. I was like in it. The Nightmare, the Prophet, and the White Eagle. That's it.
Holy shit. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's great. I was going to say, well, there's 12 and they do stuff.
This book made so much sense. It just scratched and massaged my brain in a way because it had like a little spicy and it had that like
a little,
but and I
just enough.
I didn't miss it.
I didn't miss it either.
No.
I was like, I mean, did I want to read a spicy book after it? Yeah, maybe. But like, I don't feel like this book needed it at all, which I think it just wasn't relevant to the plot. The stuff that happened and it was great. Far more interested in the romantic plot of book 2 than I was with book
Yes.
1,
Same.
mostly because I don't like Elspeth that much.
Yeah.
She's
Mhm.
not my
Mhm.
favorite female main character, but that's okay because she's not in book 2.
Right. And I feel like it was kind of refreshing that the main
Uh-huh.
character, the main female character you're introduced to in book 1, which kind of like takes you on this whole journey, is not your favorite character.
Yeah,
You're sitting
I
there
think
being
that's
like,
great.
"Why are you making some of those choices? Those are not very good choices." "Oh, it's because you're possessed." Like, I
Oh, so it's
understand.
going up here in your little noggin. I
Yes.
understand. Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah.
so I really appreciated that, and that it was like you said, like that it wasn't about that.
Yeah.
It was about the friendships, the family lines, the oppression of people who are different. So those
Mhm,
who have magic that is given from the spirit is they're called infected, and the
mhm.
king does not want magic, and he
Yeah,
kills people who have it in like a horrible, torturous, power hungry
yeah.
way. And I just the right oh god, the writing was I was hanging on every
Yeah,
word.
it's, such a poet like, we talked about Guild being poetic, and I think they're
Mhm.
poetic in different ways, where, like, Raven Kennedy writes actual poetry at the end of her books, but I think, Rachel Gillig just paints such a, like, beautiful, evocative picture.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes describe, um, scenes in ACOTAR as being cinematic, like, there are scenes where I can be like, "I picture that in my head as a movie,"
Yes.
and don't I need a slightly better vocabulary because it's not quite what I mean with Rachel Gillig, where I don't see it as a movie, but I see the scenes as like a painting. Like I
Mm.
see the castle with the one dark window, and I see them as like beautiful paintings. And I don't know what the word is to describe that because I would describe other writing as cinematic, but maybe this is like just really artistic. I'm not quite. I'm gonna get a thesaurus.
No,
Uh,
I like that though.
to
Like that
describe
makes
how
sense
I
to me.
feel
It's
about
like you're
it.
seeing it
Yeah.
as like, do you remember that movie with Robin Williams, What Dreams May Come? Where he kind
Oh,
of like
yeah.
goes into the world of these paintings, and it's like oil paintings
No,
around
no.
him. Oh, we should watch
I
that
need to watch
movie.
that. Okay,
It's
because 'cause I'm
very
thinking of,
good.
like, there's this museum in Europe that did a social media campaign where they had actors pose as, like, people in a painting, and then they came to life, and they, like, acted out this painting. And that's kind of what I see, is, like, I see this as, like, a beautiful
Mm.
romantic Gothic painting.
Very like
Uh,
Sunday in the Park with George.
very Sunday in the Park with George.
Yeah.
Where is Jake Gyllenhaal? Where is,
Yeah.
Andrew
Dot.
Ashford?
Red, 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 orange. Red, 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 orange. Okay.
Look,
Um,
I made a hat.
made a bad. And
Love it
that's
for
Sunday in
head.
the Park with George.
There it is. You're
I, w-
welcome, Sondheim.
I was Jonathan Bailey and you were Ariana Grande.
Yes.
Just in that.
Look, I made a hat.
Like I made it. Yeah, I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
When you and I went and saw Wuthering Heights,
Ooh,
I
mhm.
leaned over and I went, that is, and I'm going to put a shot of it right here.
Yeah.
Right before we see Heathcliff come back and she's wearing the red cloak and there's just this fog. It's the
And he
cover of the book.
like, appears. Like,
Yes.
that shit is this book to me. Yeah.
Exactly the world that was in my brain when I was reading. And it was very cool to like see that on a screen and go, oh, that's fully possible
Mhm.
for this. Like the fog and the mist. And the mist is a living,
Yeah, it's a character.
torturous thing, is a character in this.
Yeah.
And the mist is a character, the trees are a character, the spirit, the whole
Mhm.
magic system is controlled by this spirit that wants and takes and needs and gives, but gives without a price, and or with nothing. Magic is not free. Like
Yeah.
that's the
Nothing
whole,
ever comes free.
magic never comes free, like nothing ever
Mhm.
comes free. There's always going to be a price, so you have to be specific. And so when the cards are being created, you get, and that's, through Two Twisted Crowns, like that's really the more of the backstory
Yeah.
of how we got here. And I love that it was like, here we are in book 1. How did we get here?
Mhm.
It was just, oh, and I want a little novella of like Hoth and Elm's
Childhood?
upbringing,
Yeah.
childhood, and, like,
Really.
what that was. Like, I want them as little, and, like, when Elspeth finds
Mhm.
out she's infected and, like,
Mm.
from there on
Yeah.
and loses her mom, and, like, I would love a cute little, like,
Yeah.
little something because
Oh,
finding
yeah.
those things were, like, heartbreaking. It was great.
Mhm.
Like, not that heartbreak is great, but
No,
sometimes it
but
is.
sometimes heartbreak feels good in a place like this. Um,
Thank you, Nicole. Thanks,
you're wel
Nicole.
you're
MC.
welcome. I was gonna say because we're fresh off of, learning a little bit more about Sarah J. Maas, and she talked
Yes.
about how much she loved Lord of the Rings. I'm gonna guess that Rachel Gillig also loved Lord of the Rings solely because of the line where the Shepherd King says something. I don't remember exactly what he says, but they sort of they start to realize that he's talking to the trees. And they're like, "What did you think?" And he's like, "What did you think I was a shepherd of?" And I was like,
Yes.
"Oh, they're Ents." I
Oh
was
my
like,
god.
the trees are like Ents. And he's the shepherd of the
Oh my
forest.
god,
And
I
I was
didn't
like,
even
that is Lord of the Rings.
that is Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. I
Yeah,
think you might have
she's
Lord of the Rings, but like clearly you read it. Like,
we're gonna have to ask her, Emily,
can
because
we ask her?
she'll be at Tea and Tropes with us in Nashville.
Wait, I didn't know that. Oh, we have to ask her.
I
Okay,
really hope we can
let's
talk
do
to
it.
her because I love her.
I
I
love
love
her.
her.
We have to read. Okay, now we have to read Night in the Moth before July. Okay.
Yes, we do. And I think the
Okay.
Knave and the Moon, I got it right this time, not the Knave and the Mave, the Knave and the Moon.
No.
Knave and
Will
the
it be
Moon.
out by July?
I think so, maybe just in the UK. I know it's coming up,
Okay.
but God, we're gonna have so many fucking books to read.
We have so many books
Oh
to
wait, no, it's gonna be in July and August. I was like, will the mass book be out? No, it won't. That's October, so
read.
that's
October.
right. You heard it here, probably 10th by the time this is out. Sarah J. Maas
Mhm.
is releasing books on October 27th. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Any last thoughts of the magic system, your reading experience, anything before we kind of will further what we're talking about with the
Yeah.
books and how we felt as we're casting because we just have so many characters to get through. And family, like I said, family is so important in this book that
Mhm.
we did a fun little thing at the end to sort of show the family lines
Yeah.
and how they connect.
I don't think I have
Hey.
anything else to add. I didn't expect to read this as quickly as I did, but I'm really oh, this is what I was gonna say. I'm still pissed off at the voiceover artist's pronunciation of the word hearth, and I will die on that hill that it is hearth and it is not hearth. And if I ever meet her, we will fight about that because that's not
I
how you say that word.
I
Uh,
will forever and ever, any book I'm reading now and I see hearth written down anywhere, I'm always
mhm,
like, like I giggle about our back and forth of it's hearth, it's
it's
earth, it's
hearth.
heart, it's yeah.
I
Um,
will die on this hill.
and all the jerkins, like we'd said before, so much jerkin.
There we
Okay,
just wearing
okay.
so many jerkins.
So the jerkins got tip top
Okay.
the jerkin. Fact casting our duology. Okay, perfect. So we've got Elspeth Spindle. I did put all of at least I tried to get through all of the nightmare cards on each person's slide.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see what they look like. I love that they're available to see what they looked like. They're described as having like kind of a velvet material to
Mhm.
them. So I loved that. And we'll kind of go back and forth of reading these slides. So our first character is Elspeth Spindle. Her card she's associated with is the Nightmare card, which there are only two of in the world of Blunder, in the kingdom of Blunder. Interesting name choice, but I digress.
Yeah.
She's our main character and the narrator of most of the story. In book one, Elsbeth survived a magical fever as a child, which left her with a 500-year-old spirit trapped in her mind. She's brave, resourceful, and walking a dangerous line between keeping her secrets and finding a cure for both herself and Blunder. You did not like her very much.
I just find her a bit insufferable, but I also think she has a very particular set of circumstances. It's weird. I, I'm not talking about Spark of the Everflame, but a lot of people don't like the main character in that book either, and I'm the first to be like, but her circumstances, and I think that this is like the same thing a little bit, where like Homegirl's got a demon in her brain, like
She, like, literally
right,
possessed.
and also like she lives her entire life knowing that if she steps out of line, she will be murdered.
Right.
And I don't know what that would do to a person. So I imagine it might make you a wee bit insufferable and like might make you make some strange choices. I also
Yeah.
just kind of found her boring. And I also will say, listening to the audiobook, in a million years, I never would have guessed that there was a P in her name. I thought it was Elsbeth with a
Oh,
B.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So that's weird.
Elspeth
Yeah.
with a P. I also would have to agree that circumstances made
Mhm.
her definitely like who she is because again, yes, knowing that if you step out of line, you could die, but not only you could die, but everybody you're associated
Yeah.
with, her dad, who is like part of the court, her cousin, her
Well,
uncle.
her dad, who not only was part of the court, but was whatever Raven's job was before Raven. So the dad's job was to kill infected children, or was to like send them into the forest to die, which is effectively the same thing.
Yeah. And
Um,
so he like kind of like has her go live with her aunt and uncle
yeah.
and like kind of get away from him so he is not really liable and like trying to like hide away
Yeah.
from the Rowans and the king keep her alive.
Mhm.
Also, when this happened, she becomes infected and she touches the nightmare card and
Mhm.
she absorbs the soul of the Shepherd King into her mind. So that's like a twofold thing. So she becomes like possessed. She's 11 when this happens,
11. Yeah.
which is cuckoo. Like she's 11 years old and now has like an old Shepherd King warrior man who's like turned like lost his marbles and had been trapped in a little card since the card was created. He gave his
Mhm.
soul away and her magic, her every person who is infected has their what's called their degeneration.
Yeah.
So it's like their downfall of using too much magic or having it. And hers is when she touches a Providence card, which that is how Providence cards are used. People have them. There's only so many of each, and you tap them 3 times and you can use it, and you tap it 3 times and it stops working. And if you tap it 3 times and another person intercepts and touches it, it transfers to them, the power
Mhm.
transfers to them, which again, so well thought out,
Yeah.
loved, 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 like so smart. I loved it. No
And she
notes.
also, like, through the demon, has the ability to see other people's Providence cards, like, from a distance. They sort of glow, like, in their pockets. So that's why she's
Yes.
of use to the people around her when they figure that out. Because
Yes.
if it's just in your pocket, nobody knows that you have this, like, black horse card that makes you super strong, but she can see it emanating light.
Right.
Uh,
And so it's like, how did she get 2 powers? It's his power. Being
Mhm.
the nightmare can see that, so he shows it to her, and her eyes will turn yellow, which is a trait of who the Shepherd King is and the nightmare, and people start to notice that where they realize, oh, what's going on. So, and she when she touches the cards, she absorbs it. So she tries not to touch any more cards because she will just absorb that
Yeah.
power. And does not she don't want to absorb, the power of the mirror, which is talking to spirits and all these different things. I feel that the person who needs to play this needs to really be able to act
Mhm.
fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely crazy, but at the same time, like, she's still a female main character, and she is
Mhm.
described as, like, really pretty and
Yeah.
unique and stuff, even though she's, like, traipsing around in a nightgown for, like, half of book 1 and all of book 2 covered in dried, crusty-ass blood,
Yeah.
so,
But she's
you
gotta be able
know
to act her face off with
yes, she's
the nightmare, like, coming out to play, and the whole second book is the nightmare's in charge of her body, so, like,
yes.
she's a 500-year-old man.
Right, right,
Yeah.
and she gotta be able to do it. So, let's see who we picked. Ready?
Ready,
1,
set,
2,
go.
3. Oh,
Oh!
oh, okay. Haley Steinfeld.
Yes, so I came up with Haley Steinfeld, fresh off of Sinners. Boy, do I love her. I think she's so cool. I
Oh my
loved her in
god.
Sinners. I loved her in Pitch Perfect. I love her face. Um, yeah, she's great.
Hawkeye.
This is not who I thought you were gonna pick. I thought you were gonna pick what's her bucket from
I
Wuthering
s
Heights. You
I
told me.
switched it. I switched it. I
Okay.
switched it. Okay, wait, but I love Haley Steinfeld. I feel like she looks how I
Yeah.
would picture Elspeth, how
Yeah.
she's described, and she's got really pretty eyes, so you pop some gold contacts in there, I love.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really good, and you're right, she can act her
You can
face
act her
off.
face off. Her
Oh my god, that scene in Sinners where she's like, at the door,
when
and then
she,
she's
like, spits in Michael B. Jordan's mouth and you have to decide if you're into that now, yeah.
oh my
Holy shit. You're like,
I
"Do I
forgot
like
about
that?"
that. Yeah, and it was just like this horribly bloody sex scene. Oh, spoilers for Sinners if you haven't seen it. Also, it's nominated for an Academy or like a bunch of
I'll
Academy
watch
Awards.
it.
If you're
Congratulations,
not
on your SAG award. Yeah.
literally like, and
Mhm.
if you're not watching, if you haven't watched it by now, like I can't help you. Okay, so I have chosen who I thought I was going to choose was Allison, blanking on her last name, who is just in Wuthering Heights and played
Mhm.
Elizabeth. When we left that, is it her name? Elizabeth? The sister in Wuthering Heights. I loved her acting. And when we walked out of the theater, I was like, that's her.
Yeah.
Upon further just like research, I was looking and I was like, that's not how Elspeth looks in my head. I think she looks a little bit more unique.
Mhm.
And so this is Maddie Ziegler.
Sure is.
Do you know who Maddie Ziegler is?
I know her from the Chandelier music video.
Sure
That's
do.
all I got. Also, side note for 1 second, the character in Wuthering Heights is Isabella.
Isabella. Ugh.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes,
We'll
all I
just,
know of Maddie Ziegler is the Chandelier music video with Shia LaBeouf.
yep.
I don't know
So,
anything about her. I'd love to learn more. Please tell me more.
so she is going to be in a show coming up that is
Mhm.
about a bunch of ballerinas getting trapped in Europe in a house with a bunch of European mobsters where they
Okay.
have to fucking kill them all.
Great.
And I saw that trailer, and this is when I changed my mind. I saw that
Okay.
trailer, and she does and says a few things in that trailer. She's like covered in blood and she's all like stringy. And I went, who the fuck is that nightmare? Like,
Mhm.
and turns out it's her.
Great.
So then I started going back and like watching her in like the music videos and like a couple of other projects that she's been in. And she's both very beautiful and unique looking and kind of fucking scary.
She
She's
freaked me out in the Chandelier music video. It's my only point of reference.
she's got
Yeah.
this like little creepy smile, and
Reminds
that's
me of like a creepy clown. Like, I feel
creepy
like
clown.
yeah. Mhm.
Yes, she's like creepy clown, especially like with the I think Sia's Christmas album. She's on the cover of it, looking like a
Yeah.
creepy
Yeah.
clown. Elspeth, when she's possessed by the nightmare,
Mhm.
people can see it on her
Yeah.
face. Like
Yeah.
when he has fully taken over, and we've got to have somebody where you're like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And so I think she'd be really interesting, and she's like new-ish, and like I think this show that's coming up, the ballerina show, I don't remember what it's called. It's on Amazon.
Yeah, I'm really into her look, and I do agree, like, I think that Haley Steinfeld does run the risk that we come into a lot on the show of being distracting by nature of who she is, where you want people who will, like, disappear into the role, and maybe Maddie Ziegler could do that better.
Pretty Lethal, it's called.
Okay.
So she's got to be able to get the attention
Yeah.
of one Raven you.
Raven, you.
Okay. Like we said, guys, going forward, we're not picking anything. We love
Yeah.
both of our choices.
Yeah. The
Mhm.
fans can vote if they'd like.
Hell
The
yeah.
the nightmare.
We have the nightmare next.
The
Okay.
nightmare is an aged spirit who is trapped in Elspeth's mind, he speaks in rhymes. He's a protector, he's also a threat. It is a fascinating dynamic of how they work together. He keeps her secrets, but he challenges her sense of control and blurs the line between ally and enemy. You find out he is the Shepherd King, spoilers, from 500 years ago, who is
Yeah.
the creator of all of these Providence cards, with the help of the Spirit of the Wood. And he's like traded certain things to get these cards. To get the Nightmare card, he traded his soul, which is why it was in the card to be absorbed. You also find out, I'm going to say this part because I think it informs my casting a little bit.
Okay.
Um, you find out that he is the ancestor of several characters. So we got some
Yes.
family tree stuff going on. So people got to kind of look like each other. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Okay.
really found, I think I found that's what really like drew me in to this book and the story too is I started figuring that out. And I went,
Yeah.
"Ooh, you're a somebody."
You're somebody,
And that's
you're not just a random demon. Like you have to be,
yeah.
yeah.
What whose gray eyes are we talking about?
Who
Why
you
you got
who are
yellow
you?
eyes that
Yeah.
people were talking about? Like there was hints in there, and I applaud Rachel Gillig for giving us those little like breadcrumbs.
Mhm.
I love that shit as a reader. I
Yeah.
have the Shepherd card here with the Shepherd King. Obviously, we don't get the Shepherd card until spoiler, guys, the very end of book 2. Surprise! And it is, can be used for relinquishing your power if you would like. I also I kind of had to work backwards to pick this character.
Yeah, me too.
Um,
'Cause I
I
had somebody, and then I was like, "Oh, wait, I went a different direction for his great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren, and now I gotta go in a different direction."
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously this is somebody who's going to be voiced. If it was made into something,
Mhm.
it was somebody who would be voiced for a really long time and then kind of voiced over Elspeth. Like, I don't know how that would really work. I think that's kind of interesting. Like, is it going to
Yeah,
be like a dubbing situation? Like, what would it be? So, who is somebody who can also the Nightmare is a diva.
sure.
Like, then, like, I was like, who can kind of give me some attitude, but
'Cause he does, like,
also,
give her shit, like, I feel like he says, like, "Get your shit together." Like,
yeah,
like, "Stand up." Like, "This is
right.
not you're
And
fine."
she
Yeah.
lets him in. The more she lets him in, the more he kind of takes over her, and like the
Mhm,
lines become blurred between like who she really is. She ends up having to relinquish herself completely to save herself
mhm.
from the evil Hoth and what he is doing. And I think like that's like such a huge storyline of like the nightmare is bad. Is the nightmare bad? Oh wait, the nightmare's been protecting her. The nightmare is the one who can solve this whole thing. Like
Yeah.
how that evolves was so interesting and I really liked it. So who the fuck we pick?
Ready,
Okay,
set,
go.
go.
Oh, oh
Pedro
man.
Pascal!
Pedro Pascal.
Okay, sold. I don't even wanna do mine. Okay,
Okay,
Pedro.
but okay, this is so funny because I have a feeling I may know which direction you're going in for your Raven based on who your Shepherd King is, and that's who my Raven almost was or could be.
I'm gonna be really shocked if who I picked is who you think, because I feel like I went a little out of pocket for my Raven.
Okay, so um I almost picked a very hot Asian actor
Oh, I
for
did not pick Hudson Williams.
okay. I almost
Yeah,
picked Hudson
no,
Williams. It was
no,
like worked backwards.
don't worry, I have recently cast Connor Story in something else we're going to do, but I have not yet
Okay.
found a home for Hudson Williams, and I did not pick Hudson Williams for that. Did I put him in this? He's not my Raven, but I did go in an Asian descent direction for
Okay.
this familial line. But no, I did
S-
not. My Raven is not Hudson Williams.
Now,
I need
I
Raven to be meaner looking a little bit.
same. I did too. I was like, "Oh, you're kind of too cutesy baby still." So I
He's a
need
cutesy little
somebody
baby with his slutty little earring.
slutty
Mm,
little earring and his little
okay.
slutty snake necklace saying, "Fuck AI, fuck it to
Ugh,
death."
fuck AI. Okay, sorry. I'll
Um,
go. Yeah.
go first.
Mine is I'm gonna say this name as I think it is pronounced, and somebody can please correct me, but Takahira Hiro, who's from Shogun, and he's so intense looking, and I feel like he would just be he's so good and talented. And when I realized that this was the line that I was going in for this family tree, I immediately went to Shogun, and I was like, I need somebody from this who can do this.
Yep.
And this is where I ended up, and I just love him, and he's great.
I love that you went with the family being they use Taxuses being of Asian descent. That's
Mhm.
actually what I was picturing when I was reading. But based on some other people I wanted to cast, I went with a Hispanic Latinx
Yeah.
familial line and I went with Pedro Pascal, who can be a soldier, a fighter, Last of Us,
Mhm.
but
Yes.
also can be a motherfucking diva who shows up at the Bad Bunny concert and is gonna tell you how it is about
Yeah.
his political views. I just think he would be fun
I was
to
gonna
hear
say
in my
one of
head.
my other choices was Oscar Isaac before I went in a different direction, who would
That's a
also
good one. That's
yeah,
good too, which I could see him being like very hard hitting
yeah,
in her mind, like when he really takes over. I
yeah,
love both of our choices. I think we're like on the same.
really good, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yes. Okay.
Next,
Mhm.
Ione. Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ione Hawthorne, love her. So she's got the maiden card. This poor sweet baby. She is Elspeth's cousin and closest friend. They were raised together for years after Elspeth's mother passed away. Ione and Elspeth share a bond that is more like sisters than cousins. Ione provides Elspeth with one of her few normal relationships, untainted by the secret of the nightmare. Ione is betrothed to Hoth and experiences extreme trauma with the maiden card. Now, the maiden card is this pink card that if you give it to someone and they tap it and they're using it, all of their flaws go away and they become so beautiful and irresistible, and it's such a vanity card. But the more that you use it without taking it away and tapping it 3 more times, the more it takes away your personality and what you can feel. You can no longer feel emotions. This card is crazy because, major spoiler here, guys, it actually also saves people and basically brings them back
It heals
from
you.
death.
Yeah.
It will heal you. Ione is basically traded to marry Hoth for the other nightmare card that the Rowans need, that the royal line needs. Everyone is collecting these cards. The royal family, the king, is collecting all of the Providence cards, and they plan to collect them all, spill some infected blood over the Rowan tree, who they think is the royal tree, and that will wipe out the sickness for everybody. And who they're going to kill is a major character that's coming up. And there is a subplot of some people who say, no, that's not how we're going to do that.
We're not
And
doing
so
that.
there's this war of 2 people trying to collect the deck and solve the problem. And in that kind of trading of the cards, of the Providence Pokemon cards, that's kind of how I was thinking of it. I was like, tarot Pokemon.
Yeah.
Ione is a bargaining chip, and she becomes betrothed to a horribly abusive, manipulative, disgusting man who is next in line for the throne. And her trauma comes from when he throws her out of a fucking window and her bones shatter and she splats on the ground and her body slowly puts itself back together because she is forever under the maiden card power because he made her use it, got her super drunk, and made her hide it so she doesn't know where it is to turn it off. And so something that's so important, and she's like a huge, her and another character that we will get to are like all of book 2, and I loved it. Oh, I
I
loved
love them
her.
so much. Yeah.
She loved her so much, and I'm interested what you did with your casting because she looks one way
Yeah.
for a character, and then she looks another way when she's in her maiden form. And so I was like, do we cast 2 people? Do we cast one person who can do both? I
I
personally
go for it.
You go. I personally went for someone who can do both. I almost did sisters, but I didn't.
Did somebody who I think can do both, but I definitely focused on what Ione looks like honestly out of the cover of the maiden card. Like I tried to really focus on somebody that I think could become what like the maiden, like could easily play both, but I was really focusing on how Elm described remembering her as a child. I also just want to say, in terms of like the poetry and the beauty of Rachel Gillig's writing, the idea that this card is dismissed as like this vanity card, this pretty little thing, and it is the one of the most powerful cards in existence, and I think is just like the most incredible metaphor for Ione, who is dismissed as being this vapid, beautiful girl, and then ends up like being a huge major player in this plot point. And I just think that that is really lovely.
She becomes a queen, motherfuckers. Like
That corollary.
she's
Good.
great. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I think that's so smart. Like I didn't really think about it that way. Like that's like insanely incredible. I focused on my casting on her as the maiden. Like who I pictured right from that, but who could also, I know, could be scaled back.
Yeah.
So I'm
Okay, and I did the
interested.
opposite, which I think is really going to be really interesting. Okay.
That's so fun. Okay, ready? 1,
Set,
2, 3.
go. Oh!
Oh!
Wait, when you said you almost did sisters, was it the Fanning sisters?
I did almost do the Fanning
That was
sisters.
gonna be my other choice. Okay. So
That's so
for
funny.
our audio listeners, I have Amy Lou Wood from White Lotus. This is my like Ione pre-maiden, because like
The teeth.
I love Amy Lou Wood, and nothing that I say is
Yes.
negative or I think
No.
she is insanely beautiful, but they talk about, like, her having interesting teeth and, like, her having an interesting face and,
And the
like,
freckles.
the freckles and, like, that she is just, like, maybe not I fucking hate these words, I'm so sorry, conventionally beautiful, but, like, is a stunningly beautiful person, and, like, Elm is the one that sees her like that, and
Yeah.
that is what yeah.
Oh
I think
my
she's
god.
so
I
pretty,
think
and I think she's so perfect. Yeah.
I love this choice. I love this choice because
Thank
she
you. Yeah.
oh, oh, and she's so cute.
She's such a cutie patootie.
She's a cutie patootie. In the real world of Hollywood, has been so scrutinized by her
Yeah.
looks. I fucking love this. Excellent
Yeah.
choice. I have Millie Bobby Brown.
Also love.
Thank you. Now,
Mhm.
I thought of this because I don't think she's had like work done or anything.
Mhm.
I think she's just grown the fuck up.
I think she's aged.
I
She's an adult now.
Yes, like I think she's just grown up. She's learned to take care of her skin. She knows to do her makeup differently. She's an adult woman who has artists that have made her look her age. She's a
Mhm.
mother. Um and I thought
She's
this
a
photo
mom?
was she's a mom.
Oh, wow.
She's a mummy, mamacita. Her and John Bon Jovi's son, who she married, they adopted a child. And yeah, she's just kind of who I pictured with like the
Yeah.
face of like stoicism and nothing. But if she needs
Yeah.
to be scaled back, she can be scaled back to look as if 11. Now, I'm hesitant for her acting skills. I think her acting skills would be great as under the maiden card Ione,
Yeah.
but she did fuck up Damsel for me. So
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah, I was like not happy with her performance in that. So I think this is solely looks
Yeah.
based and vibes based of Under the Influence of the Maiden, which
Got
is
it.
interesting because like look at them next to each other. It's like as if like Amy Lou changed into Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
I kind of
That's
love it.
crazy. Yeah. I am picturing it. I'm so sorry. I gotta do Lord of the Rings again. When Theoden goes from old to young in that, like, very wonderful magical CGI effect, like, that is sort of the, like, maiden card effect,
Yeah.
that I picture.
I feel like the maiden card in my brain kind of works where it doesn't really physically change you, but
Yeah.
it changes everybody else's perception of you. I don't
Maybe.
know. I feel like
Yeah.
you can play with it in the
Yeah.
film world, and I think that's fucking
Yeah.
sick.
That's
Okay,
cool.
let's
Okay, next.
keep on moving. Oh, yep,
That's our boy.
that's our boy,
This is my turn?
Raven.
Okay.
Yeah,
Raven
go ahead.
Yu. He has a nightmare and a mirror card. Raven is the king's nephew, and he is the captain of the Destrayers, which is how they say it on the audiobook. I don't know how people who read it say it, but it's the Destrayers.
I had no
Raven is
idea. I had it as the dismiss as I read. So
Destrayers. Raven is intelligent, determined, fiercely protective. He leads the quest to gather the 12 Providence cards, hoping to cure Blunder of its dark magic. Despite his tough exterior, he is vulnerable, particularly around Elspeth as the relationship evolves. He is also infected, and he has lost his ability to use most Providence cards. He uses his Nightmare card to talk into people's heads. He can communicate telepathically, and the Mirror card allows him to be invisible and also talk to ghosts, which is fun.
yes, and he meets the ghost and sees the ghost of the Shepherd King, his real children,
Yeah.
which is very heartbreaking. We get to meet Tilly and
Oh, yeah. I
Bennett,
don't
I
remember the
think.
other name. I just remember Tilly. Yeah.
Tilly and I think it's Bennett, and I forget the other boys, but yeah, I really liked Raven. He's your typical broody boy. He
Mhm.
felt very emo to me, and I love,
Yeah.
and he is known for having these silvery gray eyes, which is very, very important to the
And a
family
very
line.
strong nose. They talk about his nose a lot.
Yes, and when the nightmare calls him the bird, you dumb bird.
Bird. Yeah.
It's so
Hello, buddy.
funny. I love it. Like, come here, bird. Like, loved
Super.
it. I really liked his character. I kind of like that it's not always about him,
Yeah.
which was nice. Like, he was very important, and I'm glad that him and Elspeth have like their thing. And he becomes a very integral part of solving the real family line trauma that unfolds. Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Set. Go.
Oh, holy fuck.
I don't know who your person is.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay, go first.
Yours is really good. Holy
Okay.
shit. Okay. Fuck. Okay. That's like exactly in my brain what I would say. Okay. I have Rob Rako or Rako. I don't know how his last name is pronounced. He's mostly known for CW's Riverdale. He actually plays the love interest of, I believe his name is Kevin. So he's like the love interest of a boy. His character is Joaquin in Riverdale. He was in several seasons. He's got like crazy blue eyes. And I feel like you can't really see them in this photo. It doesn't really do justice, but I wanted to see like I wanted a photo of him with like his facial hair. He's really attractive and just kind of different looking. And so I went with him. My original was someone who I cast as a descendant instead. I kept switching people around. So I went with Rob Racco. He's been on like one of my 2 cast as somebody lists, and I really feel like he fit the Ravyn bill.
I like his face for this. No, I don't. I have not watched Riverdale. I don't know why I didn't, but I don't. But I like him. I like his face a lot. My casting is Riz Ahmed, whom I love. I know him mostly from Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. This is kind of who I pictured the whole time. I think he's a phenomenal actor. I think he's super hot, and I need him to do more things. I don't know why he has not been in more things.
Dude,
I think it's fantastic.
And I think it's really important because he is the captain of the Destriers.
Destriers, yeah.
Destriers. He's got to be like willing to take him. I'm not really sure that my choice would be willing to take him. He's on the younger side. Riz could take some shit down.
Yeah.
But also he's not like old. Like,
like he looks like he could win in a fight, but like he doesn't really want to. Like don't, which is like Raven's whole thing is like Ravyn was always the better fighter even without the Providence card. But like Hoth constantly wants to beat him, and Raven's just like, I mean, I guess like let's fucking go again if you want. I'm gonna win.
I really like your choice. This is a really controversial thing I'm about to say.
Okay.
People are gonna come for me. Rogue One.
Yeah. If you say you hated it, I'm gonna quit.
Is probably my favorite Star Wars film.
Oh, thank God. It's my favorite Star Wars movie. I love it so much. It's so good.
I think it is the perfect Star Wars film. There is no love in there. It is not about love. It is about if you haven't seen Rogue One, fuck off. This is how I'm telling you the ending. When they hold each other because they are going to die, they don't do that because they love each other. They do that because they are scared.
Yeah.
And it is the perfect Star Wars film.
I love it so much.
Same.
This is weird that this came up in a work meeting, but I said in a work meeting that this was my favorite Star Wars movie, and I felt the man sitting to my left like flinch, and I was like he clearly was going to tell me that is wrong, and luckily I was leading the meeting because I outrank him at work, and I was like, we're done, we're moving on, continue. And did not get to hear his opinion because it would have been wrong because Rogue One is the best.
Yeah. All the men are like, it's the original Star Wars. Okay. Whatever. You want to see people walk around with bad props, go for it.
Yeah.
I would like to see.
I curse those and love those from my childhood. But in terms of like a really incredible story, Rogue One is phenomenal.
Completely. Fully agree. You're like, I'm going to quit.
I'm going to quit if you say you don't like Rogue One.
That's why every time I tell people that, they're like, are you fucking kidding? I was like, I'm not kidding you. I walked out of that theater being like, my life has changed from that movie. Like,
it's
so
phenomenal.
good. So good. It's why I got my Rebel Alliance tattoo behind my ear.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah, I like saw that movie and was like, sick. Like, you guys love your story. Okay, moving on.
Okay. Emery,
Okay, Emery is the brother. Okay, so he is the brother. He's the brother. He's the brother of. Sorry, it's like 11 o'clock at night.
I'm so tired.
I know, me too. We're like, I'm like crashing, but we're gonna get through it.
We're gonna keep going.
We're gonna keep going. We only have a couple left. Emery Yu is Raven's younger brother who is infected. He shares his dedication to their family's mission, and he plays an important role in their plans. He's thoughtful and strategic. He's often seeing angles that others miss through his magic of sight. He's infected and being kept as an offering to the spirit on solstice, though he is quickly degenerating. So remember a couple minutes ago, guys, when I said that the king wants to collect all the cards and spill some blood, this is his fucking nephew.
Yep.
This is his nephew who he knows is infected. He doesn't allow people to be infected.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. I don't believe he knows that Ravyn is infected.
I don't think he knows either.
No.
Yeah.
He does not know. The king does not know that Ravyn is infected, but the king does know that Emery is, and he only allows him to live so that when he has collected all of the cards, he will spill his blood and put everything to the end. So
And
he's
just so we're clear, we mean all of it. Like,
all of it.
kill him.
Kill him.
Yeah.
Totally dead. I put the prophet card with Emery because the prophet card is actually his mom's card that she has. But his power is he will like touch somebody and he can kind of see their future, their intentions, what's going on, what's really happening with them. So he is kind of weird around Elspeth when she first meets him, and he grabs onto her and he sees the nightmare in her head. And she feels super exposed and freaks out. And that's where she runs into Ravyn. And he's like, sorry, that's my brother. Like, he's unwell. And thus the love affair begins. I really liked Emery. I feel like it has to be definitely somebody young, somebody who can break your heart, I think. He's really tortured. He's both sick in the head and sick gaunt normally. And it's really sad.
Yeah.
I think I forgot who I cast, but we'll find out in a second.
Okay, ready, set,
Ready?
reveal.
Oh, yes.
Oh, cute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. I love Justin. Okay.
I love Justin.
So,
do you want me to go first since we're saying Justin? Okay,
yeah,
I'll
go ahead.
first. First of all, I'm going to say I'm very aware I'm blurring some lines of ethnicity and heritage. It's a fantasy world, and we don't know who all of their parents are. Please go with me on this journey.
We'll get to the family trees. It'll make sense.
Yeah, it'll make sense in a second. We have Justin Min, who I know from Umbrella Academy. And I just think he's a little cutie patootie pot, and I just love him so much, and I want him to be in more things, and he's deeply sad and depressing in Umbrella Academy, so why would he not be deeply sad and depressing in the Shepherd King duology?
I kind of love that because he's Ben, right? In Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
So he's like
a ghost.
Yes.
Ghost? He's
dead?
He's dead.
Dead and somebody can see him. The one who can speak to dead people. I think that would work super well.
Yeah.
Also I like that he's a little bit older. I went like pretty young. Because I think they mentioned like he's like 13 or 14 or something.
Yeah. Justin's a bit too old, but
I think I think we can age people up just for the sake of television. You know what I mean? Like I feel like with television, when you're kind of dealing with like such huge themes of like war and death and stuff, aging up is okay.
Casting a 13-year-old to accurately portray decaying from the inside out, because you can see hear the thoughts of everybody around you, and you're only alive so you can be sacrificed, is like a lot to ask of a child.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Age him up a bit.
Yeah. I cast Marcel Ruiz, who is from a sitcom that I think it's still airing, One Day at a Time.
Sure. That's right.
Yeah, and it is like centered around a Hispanic family. It's got I'm blanking on her name. She's a comedian, and she plays the mom. And
wasn't it Christina Machado? Is that her show?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. There you go. Got it. And it's he plays the son, and this show has been on for a while, so he's like aged up. He's now moving into like some like not telenovela style films, but more like drama films, Latin styled like drama films. Yeah. And there's like I switched out his photo. I had a still from one of his projects where he was like hunched over this table and he just looked really sick and gaunt. And I was like, oh, yeah, like that's it. But I think he kind of plays the right age. And I thought he was cute and could fit the family line. Has a little bit of like Pedro Pascal-y.
He does look like he could be Pedro Pascal's child for sure.
Yeah, so I kind of was like, stagger it a little bit. Like maybe while Rob Recco doesn't really like fit the full mold, you can see like bits and pieces
I
of.
see the journey you're going on here.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that's who my Emery choice is. I love both of our choices. I think
Yeah,
they're both so different, and I could
yeah,
see either of them being cast.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Jesper, Ravyn's sister. She is beautiful and brave. She is fiercely loyal to her family. She's headstrong, not afraid to speak her mind, even when it puts her in danger. She has her motivations for supporting the quest to gather the Providence cards, mostly save her brother's life, Emery. She becomes a very key part of Two Twisted Crowns as she represents a story already told. She gets in. Girl, get out of there. She gets in some danger.
She does.
Um, she gets caught up. You gave her the black horse card, which I think is really good. She is a destroyer, so she has a black horse card. Oh, this is a scythe. Wait, you
No,
wrote,
that's a black horse.
but you
Oh,
wrote
it says scythe.
that's okay.
I didn't change it.
That's all right.
Oh,
We'll say
well.
black horse card. She's a
Yeah.
destroyer. All destroyers have a black horse card. I think it's the card that there is the most of, and it gives you speed and strength. So she is a very good fighter.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
This was an easy cast for me. I think the line I was going down, there is a someone I would have cast, and
Ooh,
I'm maybe hoping you jumped on that train because we both love that person.
I don't think I did. I'm sorry to let you down. Okay.
Damn. No, that's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
Go.
Go. Oh! Oh!
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Wait, who did you think I was gonna cast?
Okay, I thought it was gonna be Issa Briones.
Oh, fuck, I love Issa Briones.
I know. That's why I
Okay.
thought you would pick her because I know we have her as like our Amren, and then we love her
Yes,
from The Pit.
I
And
love her. Okay, but I
had
still
I
love
went with
this
like,
actually.
yeah, I think had I went with like the Asian descent of
Mhm.
family, that's who I would have picked
Yeah.
as her. So I was like, I wonder if like you went with it.
No.
Like that would be so
Oh,
sick.
wow, I didn't even
Okay,
think about her. Okay.
wait, but I love your choice though.
Yeah, so this is Melissa O'Neill, currently starring on The Rookie, with Nathan Fillion, which I love. She plays a cop. She's also, like, fun fact, the winner of Canadian Idol, which I think is just a fun thing to know about her. I think she is quite possibly one of the prettiest people that's ever existed, and also on The Rookie, she is a badass. She goes undercover regularly, she takes down people twice her size, she's a really good fighter, like a physical fighter,
Yeah.
which Jesper is as well, so that's why I picked
Oh,
her.
she's
Yeah,
gorgeous too. Yeah, I
yeah,
love her. Love her. I have Cheyenne Isabel Wells.
great.
She is from Rise of the Pink Ladies, the
The
Grease kind of
Grease!
like,
Yeah,
yeah, sub story. Did you watch that?
I did not, but I know what
You
it is.
and you
Yeah.
never can because it's gone.
Oh,
They
bummer.
completely took it off of Paramount. Fuck you, Paramount, for doing
Weird.
that.
Okay.
It was such a good show. They did
Yeah,
such an amazing job, and it was never renewed, and they canceled it and took it off of all platforms, so they can go fuck themselves.
I heard that.
Um, so I actually met her in person.
Oh,
I went to a cabaret, it was like a Disney cabaret thing at the Bourbon Room in Hollywood.
great.
And there was like an open mic, and I was like, I'm gonna go to this open mic and go to this show beforehand. And when I did, she was there, and a bunch of the people from the Pink Ladies was there because she performed in it. And so I got to meet her
Mm,
afterwards and was like, I love your show. Like, I'm so sorry that like it was canceled. I think that's ridiculous. And she was
yeah.
like, oh, thank you so much. Hopefully she's getting a lot more on-screen work, but she did just do a musical play
Mm,
that is based on a Quentin Tarantino styled film.
sure.
I don't know if he like wrote the play or like the play is about just Quentin Tarantino styled things, but I
Yeah,
follow her on Instagram and she's been posting about it, and
great.
she feels very badass. I think she's
Yeah,
beautiful and
she was
she could
perfect.
punch someone in the face.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think she's great. I love her. I want her to have more work, so I picked her.
Yeah, I love that. I love no.
Yeah.
I love that we don't have to
Woo-hoo.
choose anymore.
Oh my God, it's like so refreshing that we don't have to go back and forth. Like, what a nightmare.
Okay. I love my Christopher Renell. I'm sorry, I just got distracted thinking about his face. Okay,
Oh,
you're up.
who did oh, yeah, okay, I had to
Yeah,
really think. Okay,
yeah.
Renelm. Okay, Renelm or Elm Rowan. He is royal.
Mhm.
His card is the Scythe. This is why I fucked up that last one, guys. Sorry about that. Elm is king King Rowan's second son, Ravyn's cousin, Elm presents charming, diplomatic face to the court, harbors his ambitions and secrets. He's intelligent, politically savvy. Elm navigates court politics with skill while pursuing his agenda regarding the Providence cards. He's on the good team, guys. He's on our team. He always has been the spare and nothing more than a punching bag to his older brother and next in line to the throne, Hoth. I think that's so sad. There is, he was fully abused using the scythe card growing up to the point where he started to always wear black so the blood wouldn't show. He went and stayed with the U's, with Ravyn and Emery and Jesper, so he sees them more as siblings than cousins, and he doesn't feel like he belongs in the castle, which name I'm forgetting right now, but he doesn't feel like he belongs there. He hates it. And when Hoth gets his shit rocked and he's on the brink of death and Elm is next in line, there's this scene with him in the King, where he like basically says like, I know, like, I'm not who you want. It was very heartbreaking. His character in the first book, I was like, sure, whatever. In the second book, I was like, sign me up.
He's probably my favorite character in the books.
I would fully agree with that. I think Elm is my absolute favorite character. I loved his point of view. I love that he draws, he's an artist, and he's getting pushed to marry all of a sudden, and so he really finds a loophole. He has been seen and introduced to Ione many, many years ago when she rode by covered in mud up to her ankles. And so he has always remembered her and kind of loved her. And she's kind of been the same way. And boom, that kind of clicks into place, obviously with complications. And once they get through it, she gets to be his queen. We're skipping all over. We're not going chronologically here, guys, but these are the main points of what happens with these people. I love him. I really, really like my choice for him. I like my Hoth choice a lot more, but it influenced. So I'm very excited. You said you love yours?
I love my choice. I cast one of my favorite people on one of my favorite current TV shows, which I talk about on this podcast a lot.
Oh, I know who it is. Let's go.
He's like genuinely perfect. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Set, go.
911.
Yeah, okay. You guessed it. This is Oliver Stark from 911. He plays Buck. Buck, through so many points, believes that he's not good enough. Like, he says out loud to his friend Eddie, like, it would have been better for your son if I had been the one who was shot. Like, he doesn't. I love him so much. I love Buck a lot. Buck's also a bisexual king. We love him. He's just a precious little sunflower, but also like can throw a punch and like can like fight when he needs to, and he always stand. I'm casting Buck. I don't know anything about Oliver.
Who cares?
Who cares about Oliver Stark? This should say Evan Buckley is what this should say. He's such a precious little flower.
My dude, it's a really good one.
He's so hot, and I love him. Okay, that's what I got.
That's really, really good. I love that a lot. So I have KJ Apa, which seems like it's like the quintessential red-haired boy.
Yeah.
And there was other people, the actor whose name I'm blanking on right now, he is the lead in a show called The Night Agent, which my team does the music for, and I'm fully blanking on his name. He's like freckly and has red hair, and he's very cute and could throw a punch. I thought of using him. He looks very similar to how Oliver Stark looks. But based on the other people that I cast, they were younger. So I felt I needed to find somebody a little younger.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So my Hoth is much younger than Oliver Stark. And because I needed Oliver to be Renelm. And I was
my Hoth is much older than everybody.
My Hoth is a baby.
Okay.
But I was like, Oliver is Renelm, and everybody else just gonna have to get over it because that is who it is.
Hilarious. I don't know. I just kind of like saw him and Millie. I think that would be a really cute pairing based on like who my casting was. But if we go with Amy Lou Reed, I really do see her and Oliver Stark together too. That's a fucking good pairing.
Right? It's cute.
Yeah.
And I will
This
say that I obviously have already said in this episode I don't watch Riverdale, but I do know who KJ Apa is, and I'm much more on board with this than I am with people who cast him as Therian.
yeah. Ugh.
I that's just wrong. You're
No,
wrong
that's
to say
wrong.
that.
That's wrong.
And you're lazy.
Yeah, he's more of a he's like a boy. He's a princely
Yeah.
boy. He's a man, but like and this picture of KJ Apa is like much older. It is from like the
Mhm.
Riverdale days. Now he is like buff and like
Yeah.
can get like some scruff. We could get some scruff in there and stuff, but I thought this was a very clear photo of him.
Yeah,
So
and my thing with Oliver is Oliver Stark is, like, 6'3" or something. He's very
yeah.
tall. He's taller than every other person on the set of 911, but he had a really emotionally sort of devastating childhood. He finds out that he was again, Buck, but, like, finds out that he was born specifically to be a blood marrow donor for a brother who died of cancer, so, like, born to be spare parts and it didn't work is, like, how he describes himself. So he plays this, like, beaten down, like, puppy dog so well, but
Jesus.
then is, like, also incredible. Like, everybody else sees how incredible and amazing he is, and
Hmm.
he struggles to see that about himself, and I
Yeah.
think that that is very Renelm.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Like yeah. Okay, let's get to Hoff.
yeah. Okay, this is Hoth. He's a dick.
He's a
He
dick.
he's a villain. He beats people up. He's Renelm's older brother. He's a murderer. He tries to kill Ione. He tries to kill Elspeth. He tries to kill everybody who gets in his way. He is quite literally the biggest dick of all time.
Oh my God, where he makes everybody take the chalice and like tell the truth. That's why I put
Tell
the
the
chalice
truth.
card with
Yeah.
him. Ugh.
Yeah, he is a grade A dick.
Yes.
And that's all I have to say about him. I'm not even gonna
He
read it because he's an asshole, and that's
no,
all he's
he's
a
an asshole. He's
terrible person.
horrible.
Yeah,
He is if he becomes the king, everybody's fucked. Like
everybody's fucked.
he's been with other women while he's been betrothed to Ione
It
already.
is
Like
not subtly implied that he rapes Ione under
mhm.
the thrall of the whichever one makes you do your bidding, the scythe
Yep.
cart.
The scythe. Yep.
He's an awful, awful, horrible person. Let's
Yep.
see who
And
we cast.
let's pick.
Yeah.
Ready? Here we
So
go.
sorry to these
So,
men. Okay.
so sorry to you for my choice. Okay, 1, 2,
Fuck
3.
right off, Loretta. I don't want to see him.
Wow, I really like yours though.
Yeah, but he's
Yours
apparently
feels.
like a toddler. This man's like 23 years old, and
That's
like,
why I was like, look, okay,
yeah,
much. I feel like okay. I'm gonna challenge you. Okay, hold on. Let me.
yeah.
Sorry, guys. We're very thrown because I have thrown a wrench in everything because I have cast Robert Pattinson.
I'm really upset about it, and
because he's a fucking slime ball. Like, and I want to. I just feel like I think he's too old to do it, but
I think
maybe.
he's too slender. Like, I need Hoth to be like a mountain.
Okay, but
Yeah.
I don't think he is. So there's
Okay.
a couple of lines. There's a couple of lines, and I wish I should have gone back and like, look, there's a couple of lines that is said about his height. And he has to use the scythe to like do everybody's bidding because he can't do it himself. Like
Oh.
Ravyn kicks his ass.
Yeah.
There's a thing about him like being shorter, smaller, whatever. And so I was like, who's somebody who's kind of just like I was picturing just like who would sit on the throne, like just a fucking piece of garbage and just have this sneer, and who I would want to see like laying there in his deathbed, like drooling in his own shit. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. That's fair.
it would be Robert Pattinson. I think it would be really interesting to see him just play this horribly terrible, evil character. That being said, your choice is very good.
He just looks mean, and I don't really know this person, so I texted my friend Laura, who also watches 911 with me, and I said, if you had to cast a brother for Oliver Stark, who would you cast? And she said, this guy, and I was like, holy shit, that's perfect. I realized I didn't specify older brother, but here we are. And I decided to stick with it because this picture is Hoth to me. Like, this looks like a man who has, like, Napoleon syndrome, who is, like, constantly outwitted and outsmarted, but is supposed to be the heir to the throne, and like constantly feels like he has to prove himself and fight, and like also he kind of looks like Oliver Stark. Like he looks, yeah,
They look very similar. Do you
yeah.
know what this man is in?
Stargirl?
I don't know what that is.
Oh,
That seems right though, but
sure.
yeah, he's in the National Treasure television series.
Okay, I saw that on his IMDb, and as the biggest fan of the movie, National Treasure, I have never seen the TV show. I kind
So
of refuse because the movie's so precious to
same, same. I did not want to watch
precious
the
to
TV
me.
show.
Yeah,
I did not want to watch it, but when I watched like a trailer of it and I went, "Who the fuck is that guy?" I
he's
completely
really
forgot about
cool.
him.
Yeah,
Completely forgot about him. I think this is such a good choice. I feel like you could also switch them if it was like an age thing that they would want to do that. Like I could also maybe see him being Elm, like that would be fine.
can
But
I tell you that yeah,
I don't think
I
you have
tried
to.
really hard, and I couldn't make Oliver a mean person.
No.
I literally tried. Like, I was trying because I had that thought too, and I was like, "It's fine, like, they're actors, like, he can be mean," and I could not do it.
Your soul will not let you, and
My
that's fine.
soul would not let me. I love him so much.
Yeah. I love our choices.
Everyone's
I
fine.
think this is great.
Um,
I mean, mine's a
yeah.
fucking nightmare, but so is Hoth.
I mean, your justification is valid. I get it.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Um,
Okay. I think we have our last main character next,
yeah, I think
the
we're
king.
the king.
Yes. And then we'll get to our family trees and we'll wrap this long bitch up. Okay. We have King Rowan as our last main
Mhm.
character. I put 2 cards for him, the scythe, which he has and uses because it's the Rowan card. And every time, also, I don't know if we mentioned, every time you use the scythe, it causes pain. And so we
Yeah,
get like a little bloody nose and whatever. So,
a
you know,
migraine is described. Yeah.
yes, the Rowans are always sort of in pain. The other card I have here is the major card that everybody's looking for in book 2, Two Twisted Crowns, the Twin
Mhm.
Elders card, which is the card that they need to complete the deck. And you got to go on a big old scary journey through the mist to get that back. And you got to
Mhm.
meet the spirit of the woods to get it. But King Rowan is the ruler of Blunder who has outlawed magic after the catastrophic events that led to the mist. He's stern and unforgiving. He views magic as a disease that must be purged from his kingdom. His harsh decrees against anyone showing signs of magical infection have created an atmosphere of fear. Despite his cruelty, he believes his actions are necessary to protect Blunder and his people from further harm. He uses his scythe to take the infected and compel them to walk straight into the mist. And if you walk into the mist takes over and it leads you to the scary place where the Twin Elders is, and you can't make it through without a certain process, and you die. And we find out in book 2 that it is a full valley of decaying bodies who have
Mhm.
just wandered into the mist, and it's horrifying. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw up. Like, it was crazy. He's such a terrible king. I think he sucks. Ultimately, he is killed by his son, who he loves so much. And so I think casting wise, I had to do some deep research.
I was gonna say that's really funny because I was gonna say I'm not gonna lie to you. I googled red-haired actors because my Oliver Stark doesn't look like it in that picture, but he does have reddish hair, and my Hoth has reddish hair, and they're described as having reddish hair. But I actually like
Yes.
who I came up with. Okay, ready, set,
Okay.
go.
Go. Oh,
Whoa, these are so close.
these are so
Are these?
close.
I know they're not the same person, but they might as well be the same person.
Look at how close they are.
That's wild. Okay, for our audio listeners, I have cast Michael Fassbender. Loretta has Kevin McKidd.
I have Kevin McKidd. They look so, even this picture, they're like wearing the same outfit.
It's the same photo. Was this the same
This
photo
is the
shoot?
same photo shoot. Like they said, hey, red-haired actors,
Stand in front of this paper seamless with this
come
one light in front of your face.
come to
Yeah,
the headshot truck.
yeah.
Not the headshot truck in LA.
Crazy, not the headshot truck.
Um, yeah. Okay, I'll go first, real quick.
Mhm.
Kevin McKidd, for people who don't remember and who aren't fans
How
of
dare
the
you?
OG, how dare you? What are you
Yeah.
doing here? He is from Grey's Anatomy. He
Mhm.
is husband number 2 of Christina Yang. I believe might still be on the show. I don't know.
I
I
stopped
stopped
watching.
I stopped watching it like season
Yeah,
19 or something. When
yeah.
they started to do the crossover with Chicago Fire, I said, I can't keep up. This is too much. Um, I picture him as like he could be like the strong king, but he also could kind of be a little bumbly, like
Mhm.
maybe a little too drunk all the time because he's there's an unnamed wife and mother.
Yeah,
And
there
so I
is.
kinda in my brain was like, maybe something really tragic happened to her, and maybe she died because Hoth was being a cuckoo psycho boy, and it's never really
Really?
known, or he does know, or maybe somebody like, I was just kind of, like, mulling in my brain, and so I came up with Kevin McKidd.
Michael Fassbender has never been on a hospital show, but he is Magneto from the X-Men, which is
Show
mostly what I
is.
was referencing. I'm surely he's done other things, but who cares? I'm not gonna lie to you, I really Googled, like, red-haired actors,
You
because
said,
I was
"It'll do."
coming up just completely short. I was gonna cast, Aaron Eckhart, if you know who that is from
Yes, I do.
I know him from Thank You for Smoking.
Yep.
It didn't quite vibe. This felt better to me. Aaron Eckhart or sorry, Michael Fassbender felt a little stronger, like, I would be a little bit more afraid of him.
Mhm.
But also I think he could do, like, maybe not drunk bumbling, but I feel like he could do, I don't really care. Like, I don't really care about any of this. Like, I
Yeah,
don't.
very above
Yeah.
his pay grade.
I just sent them off to the mist. I didn't kill them. Like, I feel like he could do
Whatever.
that sort of
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah, I can
Um,
see that too. What's so interesting is I feel like Michael Fassbender is the father of KJ Apa and Robert Pattinson, and I feel like Kevin McKidd is the father of Oliver
yeah, I
and
think we should
Jake.
switch them.
100%. Like I'd like they fully
Yeah,
swapped.
fully
And
should have switched. I was
that's
like,
so
"Did my
fun.
husband put these pictures in the wrong order?" He didn't. He did a great job. But I think
Football
we should
husband, MVP,
football
MVP.
husband. Uh,
Love
football
it.
husband makes our decks so we can surprise each other if you don't
Yes.
know anything. Yeah.
Yes. Okay,
This is great. Okay, is next
that
the
was our
fun
last
thing?
character. Now
Yeah.
we have the fun thing, guys. We each have our own slide of our family trees.
So this is my family tree.
Here we
Okay.
go. Fresh
So we
eyes.
have Riz Ahmed as Ravyn, Melissa O'Neill as H. Nim as
Mhm.
Emery,
Mhm.
this guy from Lost, whose name I can never remember, Gemma Chan as Moret, their parents, Daniel Day Kim as Bennett, and then up here the Shepherd King. So this explains our little journey of why the Shepherd King casting informs all of our other casting. And then okay, over here we have Elspeth and Ione. I cast her dad as Paul Bettany.
Okay.
Because I needed, like, a blonde guy who looked like he could be kinda cool, but also fully sell out his family. Under zero scythe cards. We all thought he was under a scythe card, he wasn't. He was
No,
just a coward.
he's just sucks.
And then over here, I went in kind of a weird direction, but we were talking about Manny Jacinto, and I was like, "I need to put him somewhere, and I'm putting him here." So that's Manny Jacinto from The Acolyte, also from The
Okay.
Good Place, but this picture is from The Acolyte.
Okay.
Um, and, I also realized that, Haley Steinfeld, my Elspeth, is of Filipino descent, and so this tracks here in this way, so I wanted to go in that direction. And then over here, my gingers, Oliver Stark, my love right here,
Mhm.
Michael Fassbender. This guy, also can't remember his name, but he is from Doctor Who. He plays Vincent Van Gogh, and if you've never seen any episode of Doctor Who, you should watch some, but watch the Van Gogh episode with Matt Smith and Karen Gillan. It is phenomenal. It is easily
Love.
one of the best episodes. And then Jessica Chastain, because I needed some more redheads, and I love her, and I think she's phenomenal. Yeah.
Okay. This is why I, like, did this. It's so fun to see everybody put together.
Right?
Like, even, like and just for listeners, we're not gonna get these people's names fully right because this
I'm
is a lot of
sorry.
people on one
Yeah.
thing. No, because 'cause I'm sitting here thinking, I don't remember half of the people I put on mine.
Literally, you sent this to me, and I was like, "Who the fuck is Turn?" And I was like, "Oh, that's the uncle who, like, betrayed." Like, I had to go back and get the
There's
book. I was like, "Who is this?"
there's so many characters in
Yeah.
this, and that's why, like, what to going back to, like, the beginning of our episode when we were saying, this is all about the people and the
Yeah.
families and the connections and what it means and the so and so marries the so and so in the family to the cousins and the what like it all jives
Yeah.
in like such a weird way. This is so fun. And then these
I
are
know.
like the rest of our cards that we didn't put out with
Oh,
anywhere.
yeah.
Fuck
Okay,
yeah.
and then let's see your tree.
Okay.
There we
I'm
go.
probably not going to remember. Okay. Let's start with the U's. So we have our Pedro Pascal as our Shepherd King. Amorai Percival Taxis is his name. We find out
Mhm.
that Taxis, it was changed to you. I have my Bennett is Danny Ramirez. He was
Oh,
actually my first choice for it, my choice for Ravyn too. But then I was
mhm.
like, I don't know. I really like Rob Ryko's eyes. So I was like
Mhm.
thinking. So moving down, Papa and Mama. So Fenrir and Moret, I have Antonio Banderas as their dad.
Yeah.
I have Minnie Driver as their
I
mom.
love her. She's great.
I love her. Now, Moret is supposed to be the sister of the king.
I believe so, yeah.
That's how they're cousins, maybe? So I was like, who could kind of...
So she should be kind of looking like him. I didn't do that.
Kind of. Well, kind of not really. Like, that's why I'm like, does it have to? Like,
Yeah.
we don't know what family lines are like. So I kind of was like, that's why I went with Minnie Driver, because my focus was it's her green eyes is the telltale thing of the Rowans.
Yeah.
Is the green eyes. And so you can pop contacts in anybody. So I thought maybe her. I think like her look, like her facial features kind of match Cheyenne's for Jesper and Ravyn and Emery, and I feel like they kind of jived. I feel the most proud of this tree. The rest of the trees are a little bit all over the place, but here we go. All right.
You have Matthew McConaughey and Gerard Butler on this same tree, and I have questions about it.
Sure the fuck do. Here we go. That's why I said, and the Eutaxis tree is the best, and it progressively gets worse. So I have, as Eric Spindle, Elspeth's father, I have Gerard Butler. She talks about his blue eyes. And so my first instinct was actually George Clooney. And then I was like, that feels wrong, just like on a vibe level. Yeah. Because he had to have been the captain of this Destroyers. Like, he had to be who Ravyn is. And so I was like, who's somebody who could kick ass? And, 300, right? Let's get some Gerard Butler in there. I have Ione's father. I was like trying to like jawline, blonde. I don't know. Who's somebody who I would love to see rot in a dungeon for being a fucking sellout? And that person is none other than Matthew McConaughey.
He does, in fact, have blonde hair and a jaw. So nailed it.
Nailed it. That's all that's required for his casting. And like, like no spine.
And like a very punchable face. Like he's got to have a very... This dude is like such a coward.
Because he literally does get his face punched. Doesn't Elm punch him?
I think he does, yeah.
I think he does. I think he's like, fuck you.
Sells out Elspeth to die simply because he's like, I'm not trying to discount being afraid, but like everybody assumes that it was under the control of a scythe guard. It wasn't.
Nope.
He just did it.
Just did it.
Yeah.
Disgusting. And who is somebody who's going to make him feel lower than low as his brother-in-law? Gerard Butler. So family tree wise, Iris, who is Eric Spindle's first wife and is Elspeth's mother, is the sister of Tyrn, and that's how they're cousins related. So we did not cast Iris and Opal and those guys, but we have them on the tree. And then finally the Rowan tree, I have Brutus, who is the original King Taker as Ewan McGregor.
Yeah. I'm into it.
Why the fuck not? Why not?
He also came up on the search of red-haired actors. If you Google red-haired actors, he'll come up.
I absolutely also did that because I went, I don't know.
No, and so I feel like a lot of frames on this slide. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I said copy paste. I am blanking on her name.
Judy
Reyes. There, thank you. Eris is supposed to, I believe, be the sister of the Shepherd King, who is married to Brutus.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
I think that's what it is.
No, you are 100% right, because they let her die, and like that's part of their whole beef, and like that's the Jesper is the retelling of the Eris story.
Right.
Forgot about the siblings.
And so I was like, okay, if I'm going with a Hispanic lineage, I've got to like move into that. So I was like, it was super hard. And I was like,
you did a better job than me. I forgot about who the siblings were.
I also feel like I could have made it a little more clear with like fuller names, but I was trying to not take up all the real estate. Yeah. And then I have, of course, King Quirkus as our Dr. Hunt, and Robert Pattinson, and our KJ Appa. And these are our family trees.
We did it.
I thought it was real fun to do that. I was like, let's
It was
do
really
family
fun. I liked
trees.
it a lot. Yeah.
And you guys, this episode is so long. I don't really have any final thoughts. I think this was really fun.
Yeah.
I was so excited to do this book because I really loved this book.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you definitely read it before me.
I do.
But when you did, you were like, I think you'll really like it because of
Mhm.
the Providence cards. And you were
Yeah.
right.
And just the like gothic vibe of it and the sort of spooky nature. It gives Loretta.
Yeah. Thank you. I love
You're
being
so
called
welcome.
spooky. Thank you.
Yeah.
Guys, we're going to wrap this bitch up. I hope you
It's so long.
enjoyed our very long fan cast of The Shepherd King, Rachel Gillig. If for some reason this graces your algorithm, please give us a novella of the Rowans and the youngins as they're growing up. We think that would be so sick. And we'll see you in Nashville. And the rest of you, we will see you the following week. Until then, like, subscribe, vote on our people. We post our fan casts on Fridays now on the socials. And see you next time. To all you she's, the he's, the they's, the gays, the shadow daddies, and the fays.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Nailed
We're
it.
getting better at it.
You're getting better. I don't know that I could do that, but yeah. Okay.
You're gonna get it. Hey, Emily, do you wanna go the fuck to sleep?
I want to go to bed so bad, Loretta. It's 11:05. My alarm is going off in 7 hours.
Time for sleep. Bye,
Good
everybody.
night. Okay, bye.